What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Curry, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish. I got a quick question for you guys. If you guys had seen me put this shoe in the thumbnail, would you have clicked on it? Would you have been like, hey, I've seen those infrareds before, but there's something about the way that Kari says it. I want to check out this review. My answer is probably a lot of you guys that ended up clicking on this video because you saw the thumbnail would not have clicked on the thumbnail if you had seen these. These are mid. They're general release. You guys have probably seen 1,000 videos about them already. If you are even still watching videos like that where it's just reviews and, you know, honestly, there's not a whole lot to talk about. But instead, I put these on the thumbnail. You guys have seen these before, maybe not in person as much, but you definitely have seen these around YouTube before. This, of course, is University Gold Off-White Air Force One. And it's interesting because I got this sneaker and I actually got it retail price from the Canary Yellow website. If you guys follow on Twitter some of the bigger accounts like Soul Links, then you'll remember that these actually shot dropped on the Canary Yellow website, Virgil Abloh's personal website, where they put a lot of the work that he did with art museums and things like that for sale on the site. A lot of his shoes are still on the site, things like that. And the crazy thing is that the first thing that I thought about when I got the W on these sneakers wasn't the fact that they were an incredible work of art. The first thing that I thought about was, man, this is gonna make a great YouTube video. And I had to stop myself because that's what I wanna talk to you guys about today. I wanna talk to you guys about YouTube and some of the things that I've been noticing about YouTube lately. Now I'm gonna keep the shoes in the video because at least it gives you guys something to look at. When you guys look at these sneakers, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it, man, that Virgil was such a creative genius? Is it, man, that sneaker is a work of art, it will be great on foot, or it will be great in a display case somewhere? Or is it, man, that sneaker is worth $2,000 on a resale market right now? What's resale on these? The majority of the people probably watching not only this video, but watching YouTube in general, their answer would probably be the latter. The resale, the money, how much money is attached to these shoes and how much they're going for on StockX and Goat and eBay and all the different markets. And we've gotten to this place in sneaker culture, I guess I'll still call it that, where we care less and less every day about the inspiration behind a shoe and more every day about the profitability of the shoe. It's just where we are. And that's been on my mind for a long time. You know, I used to cringe when people would do these kind of somber videos like emotional, must watch, I quit YouTube today, or I'm quitting, and then you click the video and it's just some clickbait and stuff like that. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't clickbait you guys. I wanted to make sure that the title really reflected how I really was feeling, which is why I almost quit YouTube. I've been into sneakers for a really long time, much longer than I've been doing YouTube videos about sneakers. But of course, I came up back in the day watching a lot of the old school sneaker YouTubers, the old school, the Jumpman Bostics and the Sneak Geeks and the Franelations and people like that, the DJ Dells and people like that. And then of course that transitioned into kind of what really made the sneaker YouTube platform commercialized a lot more and made it explode a lot more. You see, back when sneaker YouTube was first coming about, it truly was about the outcasts that loved these shoes talking about these shoes. It was about the reviews, and it was about people sitting in their room on terrible quality laptop cameras or tiny little handhelds, just talking about how much they enjoyed the sneakers. It was a cult following, it was niche, and we loved it. But then things started to change. We started to see a new class ushered in of sneaker YouTubers. We started seeing Jacques Slade, people like Tony D. Too Wild, Bullet RC, Nightwing 2303, and all these new people that were starting to come onto the scene. Mr. Fomer Simpson, Seth Fowler, and all these new people that were coming into sneaker YouTube and literally ushering this entirely new era that coincided with the big push in resale, with the profitability in the resale market, and so many other things that came along with that new era of sneaker YouTube. And it was dope. I'm not gonna lie. It's been an incredible journey for sneaker YouTube. We've seen the emergence of sneaker cons. We've seen people get brand deals and brand campaigns. Brands started paying attention to the fact that YouTubers actually had something to say and they had a massive audience behind them, and they started gifting them sneakers, and influencer work started coming about it. And it was all these incredible things that unfortunately, I think led to the next era of sneaker YouTube that's being ushered in right now. The only thing that's constant is change when it comes to sneakers and when it comes to really just life in general. That's the only thing that's really constant, and we have to remain up with the times. We have to adapt to this ever-changing world that moves so quickly. And the thing that's the most interesting to me has been the shift in how much people really used to love shoes to people that you can pretty much tell don't even really care about shoes, but they care about the perks and the rewards and the benefits that come from the shoes. Not only that, but we've seen a lot of people start pivoting their content away from sneakers because their numbers started going down. And while I understand that being what it is, it makes me wonder if those people were really even passionate about sneakers to begin with, or if they really just jumped in to see what they could get out of it, not more so what they could put into it. It's a double-edged sword when it comes to YouTube these days, because at the end of the day, I always tell you guys, I'm here to please you, the viewer. I'm here to give you guys what it is that you want to see. And that's the reason why this sneaker didn't go in the thumbnail, because y'all don't want to see this. If I had done a regular review about this shoe, that review might have gotten 1,000 views, maybe not. But putting this sneaker in the thumbnail, because of how much money it's worth, because of how rare it is, because of how hard it is to get, naturally makes people click on it even more. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It just reflects where we currently are in the sneaker culture. Well, maybe not in the sneaker culture as a whole. Maybe sneaker YouTube. And I think that's something else that we need to keep in mind, is that when we talk about sneaker YouTube, we're just talking about a small subset of sneaker culture. I believe that culture expands to a lot of different phases. There's botting culture, there's reselling culture, there's sneaker YouTube, there's influencers in sneakers, there's sneaker Twitter and sneaker TikTok and sneaker Instagram, and there's so many different offshoots of this incredible world, and it's amazing to see them all grow and flourish. But unfortunately, in my opinion, it's also watered down a lot of the content that's out here these days. My job when I came into YouTube was that I never wanted to lose the voice or the stories or the inspiration behind the sneakers that we talked about here. I understand that we're in a time now where you have people like the Private Selection and Comment Hype, whose channels are actually growing the fastest out of anybody's channels out here, because that's what you guys want to see. You guys want to see $50,000 cash outs at SneakerCon and tips on how to become the biggest reseller. Reselling is sneaker YouTube at this point. It is what sneakers is on YouTube, that or celebrity sneaker shopping. But it's all money driven. It's all very materialistic at this point. And as creators, we have to decide, do we want to shift and adapt with the times, or do we want to jump out? And it led me down this path of realizing that we're never going to be what we used to be. And a lot of people want those old days of us just sitting around the campfire talking about sneakers, and those days are gone. And we understand that. The viewers, you guys are getting older. You guys used to watch those old videos of all these older YouTubers back when y'all were like 6 years old. Now y'all are 16, 18, 20 years old, and y'all want to hop into the resale game now, and that's okay. Listen, get your money, right? But I think the reality is that the storytellers, the people that really care about the history of the sneakers as a whole is phasing out. We saw that really with the shift of early sneakers popping up on YouTube, and that happened probably a couple of years ago. All of a sudden, we started seeing everybody rushing not to just show a sneaker, but to show it early, and that became the norm. I feel like that's really where the transition was right before the resale boom. It kind of led into resale because showing early sneakers always begged the question, how much are these shoes going to be worth? So we went from those old days and people sitting in their rooms on those bad cameras into the age of interviews, maybe vlogs and things like that. People going to their favorite sneaker cons, because back in the day, it wasn't the norm to see somebody with a camera that was filming at a sneaker con. Now, everywhere you look, everybody has cameras at sneaker cons and everybody's trying to make content. And I love this explosion of creativity out here. I just wish that people realize that when it comes to YouTube, we deserve a lot more, and we are a lot more than how much a sneaker is worth on the resale market. I feel like this community and this culture that's on YouTube still has a lot more left in the tank, a lot more gas left in the tank when it comes to the creative things that we can do surrounding sneakers. I really don't want to believe that this is it for sneaker YouTube. It's just resellers and SneakerCon cash outs and resale prices and holders sell. Like, guys, I feel like we're cheapening this thing. So I almost quit because I felt like the time and the energy and the effort that I was putting into making these videos, I wasn't getting out of it what I wanted to, and I wasn't getting the results that I wish that I did for the hours and hours of research, filming and editing that I was putting into the channel. It felt like I could spend hours editing, researching, filming a video to give you guys some deep depth and some deep knowledge, just for somebody to pop out with a pair of these and run the numbers up way faster than my channel. And when you start to get into the influencer world, for those of you guys that want to do that, you have to remember to check yourself sometimes and to remember that you're doing this because you have a passion for this. Now, there are different people that do sneaker YouTube still for different reasons. And I know that we're going to continue to see more people kind of phase out as time goes on because they get tired of putting videos out that they're not getting the views and the engagement that they would like to anymore. But I had to remember that it's not about the views. It's not about the subscribers. It's not about what I can get from sneakers as much as what it is that I'm putting into sneakers. And I feel like when you operate out of a place of passion, magic can still happen out here. I don't want to ramble on and on, but you know, I guess it's just kind of a reminder to myself and to anybody else watching this that things are changing. Times are changing, and unfortunately, we're in a space right now when it comes to YouTube that people don't really care about the story as much as they care about the money. People don't really care about the inspiration as much as they care about the resale. And as far as YouTubers go, they're gonna keep making the content that you guys keep telling them through your clicks that you wanna watch. So when you guys aren't clicking on a video of these, but you are clicking on a video of these, you're telling the creators what it is that you want to see. And unfortunately, y'all are making a lot of your favorite creators go broke out here. I looked up on these at retail price for $150, but there was no way that I was paying the resale price on these sneakers right now. So if it came down to that, y'all just weren't gonna see these on my channel. But a lot of YouTubers out here are blowing big bags of money on sneakers to show them to you guys. Let me give you guys a little bit of game if you didn't really know what it is. A lot of your favorite YouTubers that are showing you guys these early looks right now, a lot of them don't even own the shoes at this point. They borrow the shoes from different stores or consignment shops that they may know, or people that they may know that sell sneakers on the side. They show them to you guys and they send them back, give them back, or sell them off themselves if they ended up having to buy the shoe for the high resale price to get them in early. That's just what it is out here. And the reason why the YouTubers are doing that is because they're trying to keep you guys engaged. And they know that at this point in the game on YouTube, especially if you're an aspiring YouTube creator, if you want to grow, early is king. You gotta show a shoe early these days, because if you're showing a shoe after it drops, chances are you're not gonna get anywhere near the views that you would have gotten if you showed the shoe early. I'm just keeping it a buck today because I wanna give you guys an understanding of what goes through our heads as creators and what we're doing to try to keep up with the views and the engagement to keep our channels growing. The top performing videos on this channel, especially the sneaker related ones, were all sneakers that were very early. As I started getting more sneakers that were closer to the release date, I noticed the views started to drop more and more and more. People weren't interested in sneakers once they came out, or they wanted to make their own videos about the shoe after it came out if they got their hands on it. I understand it, and now I know what to do in order to pivot to keep giving you guys some really, really great content. Now, that's not to say that there's not you guys that love the stories, that love the inspiration, that love the history out here. And I appreciate you guys for continuing to tap in. I really, really do. But I also understand that there's a lot of you guys that really don't care about me as much as you care about how much these sneakers are worth on a resale market. And that's okay. I think that there's something here for everybody, and that's the beauty of YouTube. My only hope as we continue going down this capitalistic, materialistic journey that we're on of how much sneakers are worth and how much money this resale shop spent at this sneaker con this week, that we don't forget that these shoes really are special, because this shoe is more than $2,000. This shoe is part of a life's work of an incredible artist and an incredible designer that's no longer with us. May he rest in peace. And I hope that while we're trading these shoes and boxing them up and sending them off to our favorite resale platform, that for a second, we appreciate them. All right, guys, that's all that I got for today. It's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about where we are right now when it comes to YouTube and when it comes to sneaker YouTube. Were you around back in those old days, or did you come in kind of in the era that we're kind of in right now? I'm really interested to hear from you guys about what you want to see from sneaker YouTube. If you're satisfied with what you're seeing, who some of your favorite channels are, who are you guys really enjoying in terms of content these days? All this stuff helps me, and I love hearing from the community. So feel free to sound off down in the comments. Let me know. Of course, right down in the comments, make sure that you Click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you, I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Red Infrared Air Jordan 4. This, of course, is the University Gold, aka Lemonade, Off-White, and Nike Air Force One. And until next time, I'm out.